You're right. Chips good.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome also to Style with Substance.
Hi.
Today, I did not just decide to have a bunch of food while I'm vlogging, no. As you can tell from the title, we are doing mukbang, which is, you know, you discuss something and eat some food. I just thought that sounds like a really good idea and I'm hungry, so why not?
Me too.
And today we're going to be discussing body image. So yeah, if you like the sound of that, keep watching and let's go.
We should probably talk through what we've got.
Okay. So from the kebab shop, I got some chips. Vegetarian, and that's all that there is for us. We got some Domino's pizza, half and half. So my half has mushrooms and sweet corn, and the sun-dried tomato and garlic base, which I highly recommend. So yeah, that is my mukbang meal.
So I got some chips also from the kebab shop. I'm going to pour them out onto my plate so I can salt them.
More salt.
And I also got a lamb doner kebab. Put that up. Pizza, I've got some chili sauce. No, not that. And then I got a sizzler pizza. So we did a half and half. I got sizzler from Domino's. So, body image. I don't really know where to start with this one, but I feel like you have a lot to say.
So, this is gonna be hard. Yeah, this is a topic that I definitely hold really closely to my heart, and I feel like it's a conversation that needs to be had a lot more because there are various sides to body image and there's various perspectives as well. It's a touchy subject, and I feel like someone's body is one of those things, unless you have something nice to say, it shouldn't be commented on because people can take those comments very personally.
I think, yeah, like Leoni said, body image is quite a sensitive subject because everybody's coming at it from it. We all have different bodies, everyone's coming at it from a different perspective, and you're always going to offend someone if you're openly making a statement about someone's body type or shape or whatever. So it's not something that we should ignore because we see it every day. You know, we see our bodies, we see other people's bodies, it's very much thrown in our faces, but you need to know how to approach the topic carefully because you never know what nerve you're touching with people.
Just to like delve right into it. Speaking on it from my perspective, so growing up, like my body's been like so many different shapes, I'd say. When I was a little baby, I was a fat baby. Like when I'd smile, my eyes would close. Like
That is so true.
I mean, you carried me, was I quite heavy?
Yeah, she was.
Dead arm.
Dead arm, dead legs, dead thighs.
And then I got to like toddler age, I was quite slim, like very slim, and then it got to secondary school, filled out a lot more, I was a lot more chubby, a lot more round, and I'm short as well, so it was just more round. And then I got to university, and at this point I was a lot more into dance again, so I was on the dance team, we were rehearsing a lot, so I was getting a lot of physical activity. I joined the gym. I wasn't addicted, I'd say. I was going like 3 times a week or so, so like a healthy amount. And I was eating dinner at the right time because like back at home we used to have dinner at what, like 10? So I got a lot more slim, and I guess a lot of people were not used to seeing me in that shape. At the time I was very happy with my body. I was very like self-confident. That's when I really discovered self-love, I'd say. When I was like, you know, stopping the mirror like, oh my god, she's buff, like.
She still does that.
Yeah, I think it was very hard to knock my confidence at that point. And then I came home and people saw me for the first time and they weren't used to seeing me so slim. So I went from, I guess I used to be size 10 maybe, and then I was size 6, maybe even 4. So, you know, I get it, it's a big change, but also in African culture and Ugandan culture, the bigger the better is almost how it's seen. So to see me like that, I don't take any offense, it's all he knew, but my dad was in shock. He's used to seeing me, his little girl, very big, okay, not very big, but you know, filled out, chubby, and now I was like really slim, and he made the point of saying, and he's very
old school.
Yeah, traditional. Doesn't mince his words either. He's very black and white. He was just like, you've lost a lot of weight. Doesn't look good. Translated to English, that's what it was he said. And that, to him, it was not him attacking me. It was more out of concern, because he doesn't know what's going on with me at uni. He's like, I don't know what's going down there. Does she not have enough money to eat? Da, 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 da. And so that was him being concerned. So when he said that, it hit my confidence a lot. And I was just like, oh my God, do I look weird? Do I look bad? I was questioning you a lot as well, wasn't I? And like, even when I told you, I cried a bit. And then it didn't end there. With all the like elders, they'd say, what's wrong with you? You need to put on weight. And that's one thing I don't, in the same way you shouldn't say to someone that is maybe overweight or has put on more weight, you need to lose weight, you shouldn't say to someone on the other side of things, you need to put on weight, because you'll get really self-conscious. And I look back and be like, I really like how I look back then. I mean, I like how I look now, it's not that different, to be honest. But I look at those old pictures and think, do you know what, I look good and I like it. But then I went like, oh my God, do I look like a freak? And everyone would say it, and it was so normal. And it's more acceptable to say that as if instead of saying
you've put on weight.
Yeah, lose weight.
I think I kind of came out the other way around. So when I was growing up, I was always really skinny and really lanky and quite gangly, to be honest. It wasn't a good look. But you know, you're young, you tend to grow into your body and you grow into your looks. But I grew up people always saying that, you know, I was skinny, and not in a positive way either. And so to me, I never felt like I looked good until I probably got to the age of about 19 and started putting on weight and like filling out into a womanly body. And I think for me it was more about being womanly. In our culture generally women are very curvy, and I always knew I was never going to be like, you know, like totally like full figured, but I always knew that I didn't feel happy in my current body because I didn't feel like a woman or like a girl. And I think for me it was puberty where it really hit me, because everyone else was like getting boobs, developing hips, they started their periods, I hadn't. So for me it was always associated with feeling like a woman or feeling desirable to guys as a woman, whereas I just kind of felt like I was quite a tomboy and I didn't really have any shape or whatever. And then I started to fill out and I started to feel more confident in myself, so I almost went the opposite way to Leoni. But then in my very mid-20s I went through a phase where it was very small, but I was kind of like, oh, I kind of wish I was a bit smaller than I was before. And you know, as you get older your metabolism slows down. Like I'm 28 now, so I really do have to watch what I eat. We're just gonna call today a write-off.
I'm actually on a diet.
But I felt like I wish I didn't like resent my body so much when I was younger, and when I was not putting on weight and I could eat whatever I wanted and it never affected me. Like I wish I appreciated that a lot more. And I remember actually there was a boy in school who was, I would say, overweight, and he used to call me skinny all the time and, you know, really make fun of me. And my mum did say to me, and I wouldn't advise this, and I don't think she would advise this, so probably she doesn't want us talking about it, but she said to me, if he keeps making fun of you because of the way you look, you know, you should let him know that it's not nice to be on the receiving end of that. And she basically kind of indirectly told me to just call him out for the fact that he was overweight, which I did, and I got in trouble. And that wasn't right at all, because it was kind of fighting fire with fire. So I wouldn't condone that, but at the same time I think it raises the point that it shouldn't be okay, like you said, to, you know, to skinny shame. But it's not okay to fat shame.
Yeah, but one thing I will say, so while I was at uni, there was a girl that I knew at university, and she would say to me like this, exactly like this, oh my God, Leoni, you're so tiny. You're tiny, like that. Like, it's disgusting that, and it made me feel really, that added onto it, so I felt even more self-conscious. Meanwhile, she was going to the gym a lot. She wasn't happy in her own body. She felt she didn't look desirable. So it's people projecting their insecurities onto you, which is the worst thing ever. And I think if you look even on my Twitter, like one of my pinned tweets is like, when as a society will we stop body shaming people? Because it's something that goes on in all cultures, all races, all ages, and is always coming, I feel, the majority of the time from
women.
Insecurity. Yeah, and from women. And we should be uplifting each other. Like, the amount of times I go on about my sister's bum, like, even like now here's the thing, if you feel like someone may not look that good and they say, I don't feel I look that good, I'm not saying lie to them and big it up and say, yeah, keep doing exactly that. But when you see someone not sure of something and you think no, that is amazing, then let me know. So when my sister's like, I don't know about my butt, I'm like, yo, it's lit, don't it? I want it.
Trust me, you don't.
I do. Like, as a Ugandan, I am failing because Ugandans are known for their bum. I have an ironing board for a bum.
No, you don't.
In Ugandan culture, look, go down to Uganda now. Have a look at some bums. But at the same time, I am happy with my bum. But if it got a bit more perky, a bit more bigger, a bit like that,
oh honey, trust me, you will wait till the metabolism slow down hits you. And I think that is what helped me actually, because before my bum, I had no shape to me whatsoever, and I've never had big boobs, and I always wanted them. But then when my bum grew, at first I was a bit like, oh, this is a bit out of proportion, but then it kind of started to like give me a bit of shape, and I was like really happy. And I think, but that was a time, funny enough, where like in the Western society, like having a big bum was like not the thing. Like, you know, women would be like, oh, does my butt look big in this? But now it's so weird that now having a bum is like all the rage. Yeah. It's a really important point that we make. It always seems to be other women doing it to fellow women. I'm like, of all the things women have to deal with, last thing should be, you know, criticism from our fellow women, you know, like we should be like holding each other up and celebrating each other. Men celebrate women all the time, like big women, small women, like men are always celebrating women, but women are always bringing down other women. I don't understand it.
The majority of the negative comments I've got have been from other women. Like I remember one time two people said to me, they were like, we have to get some meat on you. You need to get meat on you. You need meat. Imagine me turning around saying, actually, let me just take your meat off you and add it onto me because we need to take some meat off you. Like, you just should, like I said, if it shouldn't be said for one way, it shouldn't be said for the other way. So unless somebody is unhealthy, it's ruining their health of how big they are, or if they're happy, or how small they are. If they're happy, I'm happy. Like,
and even if they are unhealthy, and it is not on you to comment on what someone feels like in their body. You're commenting on something, it's not news to them. They've probably noticed it. We're all very critical and aware of our own bodies. They know what they're happy with and what they're not happy with, and they're either lightly working on it or, you know, it's really bothering them. So you saying something about it, it's almost making the problem even worse.
And that's why I didn't take offense when my dad said it. Only if it wasn't my direct family. My dad, he's my father. He gave birth to me. So I know for sure it's coming.
He didn't give birth to you.
No, yeah, he definitely didn't give birth to me. He gave life to me.
He helped in the process.
So I know that it's coming from a place of concern, 100%. Even like with you and mummy, the way, I don't know, maybe you guys may have thought, I'm not sure about, and it wasn't until I would really pressure you to give me your opinion on, do you think I've gone too far in terms of like what my body's looking like? And even then they were very like cautious of the words they chose to use, because they knew like a woman's body is not like the most important thing, but in a way it is, because if you leave in your house and you don't feel like you're happy with your body, that affects everything. The way you feel like people are looking at you, the way you go on about your day, your confidence, everything. So it's so important. Like, don't ruin someone's day, someone's life. So that was the end of part 1. If you want to see part 2, I know you do, then head over to my sister Style with Substance channel, and the link to her channel will be down below, down there. Let me just looking quite good down there.
Definitely in this video.
So yeah, go check it out and like and comment and subscribe and all that good stuff I meant to ask you to do. Please do. And I'm just rambling now and I don't really know how to end this, so I'm just gonna go.
Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. Be sure to subscribe. I know there's this new thing going around where if you don't click the bell, you may not see my video show up in your subscription list. So make sure you click the bell and subscribe so you can see all my other videos. Thanks for watching.